shows you. We always say, don't we, anybody can beat anyone.
Yeah.
And, you know, with Manchester City winning the league so many times and the same teams being up there in recent years, you all of a sudden think, you know, is it becoming a little bit one-sided? And then you get results like that, and it just reminds you of how difficult it is for to win this Premier League and to win consistent games. Liverpool have been on a great run in recent times. It's not an easy place to go, Anfield. So fair play to Forest. That was impressive.
No, I mean, the international break came at the wrong time for Liverpool, didn't it? You know, in rhythm, in sync, you're thinking, wow, the manager's come in, done an unbelievable job. But, you know, what Michael said there, you know, you saw Man City find a way to win, and you're thinking, Liverpool, you've done so well, come off the break. You're right, you can say all the excuses, but you have to find a way. And I thought in the final third of the day, I was really disappointed with Liverpool. I thought their end product wasn't where it used to be and the sharpness wasn't there. But look, you have to give credit to Forest.
And I suppose, essentially, the most important, you know, display off the bench from Callum Hudson-Odoi, Karen.
Yeah, I mean, you know what he's going to do when he's on that left. He's going to chop in onto that right foot. And he said he saw the little gap, but you still have to execute it. You still have to do it. And, yeah, I thought he did really well. And we spoke about it, the counter-attack. It was always going to be their threat. Credit to them, Forest. They've nullified all the chances. But, I mean, it's a poor turnover there from Nunez. He's got to hold that up. And then this is a brilliant pass in behind. You know, Liverpool trying to keep that high line, but it's a great ball. And then, obviously, he was up against the right back that just come on as well. So he's thinking, I'll get right at him and give him a bit of a run there. And fair play to Hudson-Odoi. It was a good finish. It's
a great ball, isn't it, from Malanga, but he still had an awful lot to do, Hudson-Odoi. I mean, he picks the ball up there, and OK, if he goes past one, but he's still got Konate covering Conor Bradley, so he's almost got to wriggle past two, and he wriggles past one and uses Konate almost to bend it round right into that far corner. Everybody knows where he's wanting to put it, but as Karen says, that's the easy bit. The execution is the hard bit, and as you can see, Alisson nowhere near it. It had pace, it had direction, and it was a lovely finish.
As a visiting team to Anfield, is that the perfect way to come away with all 3 points?
3 points at Anfield doesn't matter how you do it.
Does that go down as a smash and grab then? I
wouldn't say that was a smash and grab. I thought it was quite controlled from them, but to go to Anfield and get 3 points. But I do think, though, maybe slot subs didn't really help. You know, moving Trent out of there, bringing Bradley on, who I thought
got undone for the...
He struggled slightly, Bradley, today, and he's a top young player, no question about it. But I thought maybe I don't know what the subs didn't really kick Liverpool on a gear, and I thought in that 1v1 and a couple of times he wasn't quite there today.
The difficulty is we don't know the state of everybody. We don't know when they came back from international duty. Was it in the middle of the night? You know, how many miles they travelled. So
and that can make a difference.
Well, I just thought McAllister's your centre midfield player. He's won a World Cup. He's an unbelievable player. And putting a right back into midfield. I know everybody thinks that Trent can play midfield, and he can. But I just thought, well, that's a bit strange. But we know that he's been doing plenty of travelling. So you've got all that going on through the manager's mind. So you're trying to guess that as well. So as much as we can, you know, say, I'm not sure about that, and what about that substitution? You know, he knows how they're all feeling. He knows the miles that they've done. He knows the minutes that they've played. So you've got to give him a little bit of slack.
Mo Salah being one of them?
Mo Salah being one of them. I mean, another player, he played out in Egypt, and then I think he went to Botswana. So a fair bit of travelling from Mo Salah, and you know, if we're looking for an excuse for him, then there it is, a lot of travelling. He just was not at the races today. Everything he did seemed to not come off. You know, overhitting a ball there. His touch was poor. His decision making was really poor. He was shooting from tight angles and passing when he should have shot, and you know, and we just saw this throughout the whole game. It was just we know Mo Salah can have games like this. I mean, his numbers are absolutely outstanding, but we do know that his touch can be a little bit ropey at times. His decision-making, when to shoot, when to pass, can be a little bit questionable at times. But today, everything he tried, Karen, didn't come off.
I think it is the hardest time for a player coming off international duty. I don't know about you, Mo, but I definitely struggled, whether it be different styles, the travel, the energy. Sometimes it's just that connection and that fluidity, but we understand that, but you'd hope that doesn't cost Liverpool down the line.
Yeah.
Because you have to be so clean to try and win this Premier League, and I hope that doesn't, after the international break, doesn't come and bite them.
I'll tell you what, let's get some post-match reaction to that shock win then for Nottingham Forest. Let's hear from the Liverpool goalkeeper. Here's Alisson. Well, there's no doubt Liverpool were the dominant force. Well, with the ball, I mean, 70% possession compared to Nottingham Forest 30. 5 shots on target only of their 14 shots on goal. I mean, that will come, as pretty disappointing, really, for Arne Slot. And expected goals, they only really edged Forest in the end. I just wonder, and you talk about the unexpected, I suppose the unpredictability to certain sides after the international break. Will that mark Arne Slot's card for the October break now to see, the next game, we've just got to be careful this doesn't happen again?
Maybe. I mean, we're suggesting that could be a reason, because that wasn't a typical Liverpool game.
Well, it's very different to what we've seen already.
Absolutely, yeah. They've been very good in their 3 games. They left for international duty in red-hot form, beating Manchester United away 3-0. So it's just not what we expect. So we're scratching around thinking, right, what's different? And we've looked at it and thought, well, the preparation's different. And it can often be the case. We often hear managers using that excuse after international duty, especially if you're playing on the early game as well, the 12:30 game. So that's the reason that I think they might have been a little bit sluggish, lots of miles in the legs, tiredness, etc. But it all depends on what Arne Slot thinks. If he might think there's something else why they didn't play so well today. But yeah, if that's what he thinks as well, that'll mark his card for next time.
Yeah.
The Premier League or all divisions in the world, it's the same thing. If you've done all that travelling, you come back, the first game back can be tricky.
And we should leave the final word to Nottingham Forest. I mean, it's a historic win as far as they're concerned, and it takes them 4 unbeaten at the start of this season, and not many would have seen that coming. No,
solid, and you saw the possession stats there, they had 30%, but there's still an element of control in their performance today, even without the ball. So you have to give them credit. They were solid, and when they had the opportunity to win the game, they won it, and they were clinical with it. But yeah, impressive. They look a strong United team, and anyone will find it difficult to play against, and try and break them down will be hard.
Yeah.